It's a very strange stat line for your team tonight. You scored 67 points, and you had 4 players scored 64 of them. It just looks like you got a team where everybody knows their role, everybody executes that role very well. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I feel like with this team, like anybody can go off on any given night. For example, Cam, T-Sol, Marnell, myself, anybody just coming off the bench. So, there are nights where we like have like a even, spread of like scoring all together, and some nights like somebody might just go off. But for the most part, um, I think our team is like really cohesive with each other, and we work really well. And I think we do a good job of getting the ball to like who is going off. And I know Maria. Oh shoot!
Yeah, 7 for
Yeah,
9, I think.
yeah. She almost had a triple double.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we kept feeding her, and the move she does, isn't like what a freshman usually does. She's very poised in the inside, and Cam, of course, go off her 21, so that's expected of her. And T-Sol is like, our cleanup man, and Marnell did, her job on defense. So everyone plays their role well.
Yeah. Let me ask you about Cameron. Over the last 5, 6 weeks, she's been as good as anybody in the ACC. As a playmaker, what's it like knowing you've got a weapon out there? If you can get her the ball where she wants it, just 2 points or 3 points.
It's definitely a big advantage for us. I mean, I know we can like take a breath on the offensive end because like we know we have her as a weapon. She can create her own shot, gets to the basket. She has a huge mid-range game, and she's pretty good at free throws. So like her offensive game all around is there for us, and that's a big help for us.
This being BC's first win in Cameron since joining the ACC.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, what I mean, that must mean something to you, or be cool to come in here and I mean, not a huge bit of history, but still history nonetheless.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that, but I don't know, to be a part of a team that's the first win in Cameron Indoor Stadium since joining the ACC. I think that's says a lot about our team. I don't know. This team is special, especially with all 5 of us seniors. We know like we want to go dancing this year, and we have Syracuse next. So I don't even think we're really focusing on this game. It's what Syracuse next. That's what we're pretty much focused on. But it is cool to be a part of history. I'm all good. I'm good.
There's actually 2 questions on the Zoom.
Do I hit it?
No. Jay,
All right, Dan, go ahead, and then Sarab.
Makayla,
What's
I
up,
know
man?
wins.
Sorry.
I know wins have been a little tough to come by on the road. I think they are in general. I think across the league. But when you guys left on Sunday and said, you want to win your way in and get those wins, to do it on the road and pick up a win, you just what's that like, changing from home to road and then getting on the road, getting in the flight, getting down there, and then showing up and being able to knock a team off?
I think just a lot of preparation mentally. Like, I mean, you're traveling, missing class and stuff like that. But I don't know, for us, I think T-Sol said it best. Like, this year we have to go dancing, especially with the 5 seniors that we have. Like, we want to go out with a bang, and to be able to take BC to the tournament since 2006, that's something that we want to do. So we have an opportunity to do that. And even if we're playing on, like, an away game or anything like that, I feel like in the back of our minds, that's the only thing that we're thinking about. So no matter if we're home or away, I feel like we got to get the job done. Okay.
Sarab, go ahead.
So for tonight's game, you're on the road, obviously playing a team that has as much at stake as you guys do. What's your mindset? What's your approach like coming into a game like this?
I guess just like it's gonna be a high intensity game. There's gonna be a lot of emotions. I know the fans were pretty loud, but I think for us it's just sticking together and knowing that we have each other's backs. Especially like being on the road, if a team goes on a run, it's gonna happen in basketball. So if they do that, we're gonna go on our run. Just keeping like being calm and composed with each other, I feel like is the biggest thing for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It just seemed like every time you got position on the blocks tonight, your teammates got you the ball at the right time, at the right place, and really, I'm not minimizing what you did, but made your job easier. Can you just talk about that?
I'm really grateful for my teammates around me. I communicated to them that I'm open on the block and that they need to get me the ball. So that's what we got to, and that really opened up for us, and that helped open up the game. And just like continuing to work as a team throughout the game really helped with getting the win. So.
All right, we have questions on the Zoom.
Okay. Should I push?
So you just, yeah, you can press that.
Okay.
Jay, go ahead. It's fine. You can leave it.
Okay.
All right, Sarab, go ahead, and then Dan.
Maria, to set a record like you did tonight, most blocks in a single season by any BC player. Just as a freshman, what does that mean to you?
It's really exhilarating. I'm just really excited that I was able to get to this point, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without my coaches and my teammates. Just improving since I got here in June. I've grown a lot, so I just plan to keep going.
And midway through the third quarter, they cut the lead down to 5, but you guys went on a 17-2 run to answer back. How were you guys able to pull off a run like that?
I think the main thing was just being poised on offense. We were getting a lot of turnovers in the third quarter, and that brought them back into the game. So I think that just in the timeout, just our coach is telling us to be poised, be patient, and then the floor will open up was really helpful.
Dan, go ahead.
Maria, when we go back to the start of the year and what's led you back to this point, or what's led you to this point, just your development, and you mentioned the coaching staff. How have they just continued to work with you and harness some of your abilities and kind of refine it for you over the course of the year?
I think since even like I said before, when I got here in June, there was a lot to work on. And throughout preseason and into like winter break, I think that's when we just stayed consistent with what I did. And I think that sticking to my routine and then expanding on my game as much as I got better with like the routine that I was in, and then like going to more like expanding my game, I think that really just helped me grow as a player. So just being consistent with like everything that I did. And I think the point where I that kind of pivoted was during school's winter break. So that's when I kind of started changing, and it was showing on the court.
There's kind of a follow-up to that. Were there things that at the beginning of the season you liked to do and things that you didn't like to do? And as the years gone on, have there been either a blending or breaking down the barrier to say, all right, now there isn't necessarily something I like to do, but when you're on the court?
I just kind of like to stay in the post area, and one thing my coaches kind of hounded me about was getting to the foul, the free throw line, taking those jumpers. And today I made one of those, and they just have been telling me the past couple games to shoot them and be open to shooting them. And before I wasn't comfortable doing that, but since the beginning of the season, I've definitely improved on it, and I started taking those shots. So.